Hi everyone, today I'm doing my review on Freetrade for 2020. I know some of you guys have been commenting on my DeGiro review to do a Trading 212 review. I will do that at some point, guys. I'll be honest, they've locked my account, so I actually can't get on to just try the app to review it, which is a little bit of a pain, but I'll try to do that at some point over the next few weeks. Before I do get onto the Freetrade review, guys, remember give the video a like. It really helps it out and the channel grow as well. Now, Freetrade is a stockbroker which basically was kind of the answer to Robinhood, which is a free US broker. And Freetrade came to the UK and is now trying to expand as well to Ireland and Netherlands. And it's also going to be expanding to other countries after that as well. So it is now expanding outside of the UK. Freetrade mostly uses the mobile app for placing a lot of trades. Now that's quite useful for me because I personally do a lot of my kind of like stock market trades on my mobile phone. So that it just uses an app only is an okay thing because I think the majority of people do use the app rather than a website. And the app itself is quite easy to download, and to set an account up on Freetrade as well, I've got to say it's probably one of the easiest stockbrokers to set an account up as well. It only takes a couple of minutes really, so the actual setup of using Freetrade as well is really easy to do, which is really good for you if you're a brand new investor trying to get into the stock market industry. So I've rated Freetrade on 4 things that I find really important with stockbrokers, and I think through these 4 things you'll probably find the majority of information you're looking for if you're looking to see if you think you should use Freetrade as your stockbroker. So the first thing is the fees. Now obviously Freetrade, the clue's in the name, it is a free stockbroker, which is really useful because for so long in the UK we've had to pay so many expensive fees for using to be placing orders and buying shares in the stock market. So the fees are free, which is fantastic. I've got to say though, to use a free fee, what you've got to do is place the order, and then some point during the day that order will be placed. The only negative thing about that is that it's not instant. So if you want to place an order for when the market opens because a stock has dropped 10% after earnings and you want to get it as soon as it opens in like the first minute and you place your order, you can't do that unless you want to pay an extra £1. So that's the other negative thing, is that it's not instant trading. But I think that'll only apply to a few people or some certain scenarios if you're really keen to get into after a big drop after a stock or to sell it early. But I think that's something just to note down there. But apart from that, obviously it's a free platform. So the fees I'm going to give 9 out of 10 just because, not giving it 10 out of 10 just because it's not instant trading. But overall, even if you want instant trading, the fees aren't too expensive, especially when we compare to some of the stockbrokers out there. Now the stocks I'm giving 7 out of 10. The reason why is on Freetrade at the moment there's only UK and US stocks available. And even with them stocks available, there is quite a few stocks still missing off there. Most of the big names in the stock market are on there, like your Netflix, Apple, Disney. But if you want to kind of get into more niche stocks or smaller market cap stocks, they aren't on, well, some of them aren't on Freetrade, so that's something to be careful of. And that's actually the reason why I'm still using DeGiro over Freetrade, is because some of the stocks that I do want to go and buy are not available on Freetrade, which is kind of a little bit of a pain. But like I say, the majority of stocks that you probably would want if you're investing in the UK or US stock market, they are on there. But like I say, there is a few missing. Over the last few years, Freetrade has improved this by adding a lot more stocks onto the app, and I'm sure over the next year as well they'll carry on growing the amount of stocks they do have on there and probably then expand into other markets as well. But at the moment I'm just going to give that 7 out of 10, the lowest score on here, because I do believe the amount of stocks that Freetrade offer could improve, and that's the biggest thing that they could improve on in my opinion. So like I said, that's the lowest score, but still not a bad score, 7 out of 10. The app itself is easy to set up, it's easy to download, it's a fantastic app to get around, it's really basic. If you're a beginner, I've got to say this is probably the best app for you to use, or the best stockbroker to use if you're a beginner, because it's just so simple for you to get around and get used to it. And also most of your stocks are on there that you probably need as a beginner. So the app itself is fantastic, it's very basic, there's not too much detail on it, so if you are wanting a little bit more detail, maybe it's not for you. But like I say, for me, I look at other websites anyway. I don't really use a stockbroker app to get my information about stocks. So overall, the app is really basic and easy to use, which is the main thing. So I'm going to give the app 9 out of 10. I think one of the last important points with Freetrade or stockbrokers in general is just how easy is it to move your money around in that stockbroker. Now the deposit only takes 2 hours to get in there, so the bank transfer in is very easy to use. if you want to buy a stock on that day, all you need to do is just get there 2 hours early and it should be in your account for you, which is fantastic for buying stocks. I have to say withdrawing is 3 to 5 days, which is a little bit long if you need that money very quickly, but most stockbrokers are 3 to 5 days. That's something that just generally happens in the stockbroker industry. Obviously it'd be great if they were to be able to improve that, but the bank transfer in is probably one of the best out there. If they could improve that, that's what would get the bank transfer to 10 out of 10. But like I say, I don't ever see Freetrade doing that. So I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 for the bank transfer because I think it's as best as they could get it. Overall, guys, that's my review for Freetrade, the stockbroker for 2020. If there's any question, guys, just pop them down below and I should be able to answer them. Remember, guys, give the video a like. It really helps the video and the channel out grow. And apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.